The urgent search currently underway for two convicted killers. The drama began this weekend when the cons apparently used power tools to escape New York's Clinton Correctional Facility. Their brazen and meticulous prison break seemed straight out of a movie. But for nearby residents, the present danger is real. Here's ABC's Gio Benitez.
Tonight, the first convicts to ever break out of this maximum security prison are on the run, 2 days and counting. 34-year-old David Sweat and 48-year-old Richard Matt, both convicted murderers, now gone without a trace from the Clinton Correctional Facility in upstate New York.
They could be literally anywhere. We're leaving no stone unturned.
Tonight, investigators at the home of a prison employee, Joyce Mitchell, now part of the investigation into how these two inmates were able to pull off such a daring and complex escape. Reminiscent of the Hollywood blockbuster The Shawshank Redemption.
Be on the lookout for two escapees from Clinton County Corrections Facility.
Officials say the men were last seen in their adjoining cells at 10:30 p.m. Friday night for bed check and reported missing at bed check the following morning at 5:30 a.m., leaving this note behind reading, "Have a nice day." In their empty beds, clothing was arranged to make it look like someone was sleeping. Police say Sweat and Matt used power tools to drill through a wall and work their way down 4 stories, shimming through 24-inch pipes. After climbing through a series of catwalks and pipes, they walked 300 to 400 yards down a tunnel, coming to a manhole they sawed open with their tools.
What is the most troubling fact is they needed power tools to do what they actually did. They were heard. They had to be heard.
The manhole where the two men surfaced, as seen on Google Earth, was only 1 block from the prison walls. Just after 12:30 a.m., a local resident tells us he saw the two convicts in his backyard.
So what did you say? You immediately yelled something at him.
Well, I first came around the side of the building of my house, and I saw the shadow running away from it. So I went around to see who they were, because I want to know who was in my backyard. So I go look at them, and I see him. I ask him, "What the hell are you doing in my yard? Get the hell out of here." And he was like, "Sorry, I didn't know where I was. I'm on the wrong street."
Now, once you know who it was that you saw, what do you think?
Lucky to be alive, man. Like, they could have done anything. Like, they could have jacked my car, and, you know, you never know. I mean, they're criminals, so.
I was just in shock. I couldn't believe it.
Police did not begin their search until a full 5 hours later, giving David Sweat and Richard Matt a critical head start.
That's solid.
Just hours after the break, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo came to the prison to retrace the two men's escape route.
Must have kept you awake with all that cutting, huh?
When you look at how it was done, it was extraordinary. I mean, we went through the tunnels. You look at the precision of the operation. It was truly extraordinary and unusual and almost impossible to duplicate. But we want to find out exactly what happened. And one of the big questions is, where did the tools come from?
Construction work was being done on the inmates' cell block at the Clinton Correctional Facility, but no missing tools have been reported. Authorities tell ABC News they have questioned Joyce Mitchell, an industrial training supervisor at the prison. Her neighbors tonight among those on edge in this small community.
Me and her were scared, you know, I want to find out what's going on. You know, hey, I live here, man, I gotta know what's going on.
Police say both men are serving life terms for murder. Richard Matt for kidnapping and killing his former boss. David Sweat for killing Sheriff's Deputy Kevin Tarsia. For his fiancée, the escape has been traumatic.
I was pretty much in shock when I heard that David Sweat had escaped from state prison, maximum security. It was very shocking. It brought back all the memories and all the thoughts and the terrible, horrific torture that they have inflicted on Kevin, and it brought all back terrible memories of all of that.
These guys are dangerous. These guys are two guys that are as dangerous as you're going to get.
Martin Horn is a former commissioner of the New York City Department of Corrections, an expert on what happens inside prisons.
It's entirely possible over the years these guys have been in prison that they worked on some sort of a maintenance detail, because prisons like Clinton use the prisoners to help to maintain the prison, everything from painting the walls to fixing the leaks to rewiring an electrical socket. And so they may well have actually been in the pipe chase area that everybody seems to be so fascinated with.
This is far from the first time an inmate has attempted a daring prison break. Take what happened in one Oklahoma prison in 2013, when 4 inmates plotted an escape through the jail bathroom. They unscrewed a metal plate on the shower ceiling. They then hoisted themselves up to a crawl space just 5 feet tall and 3 feet wide. One by one, they followed the jail's plumbing system. At the end of those pipes, authorities say the men had knocked holes in the concrete. They dropped through those holes to the ground floor and walked right out the door.
This is a door that they actually came out of.
Or this decidedly more low-tech escape in Arkansas the same year, when a convict jumped through a jail service window and simply made a break for it. All of these escapees were eventually recaptured, which is exactly what police fanned out on this ongoing manhunt are hoping will happen, and soon.
The state police, docs, and federal investigative personnel, as well as surrounding agencies, are following up on each and every lead, no matter where it takes us.
The prison's isolation gives it the nickname New York Siberia, once home to famous inmates like Lucky Luciano and Tupac Shakur. It is located just 20 miles from the Canadian border, where authorities are on the lookout.
So they should stop them at the border, so no way of getting worried more than we have to.
Area schools today on high alert. The community surrounding Dannemora, New York, living in fear. New York State is offering up to $100,000 for information leading to the arrest of those 2 escaped convicts.
They are dangerous, and we want to make sure that they don't inflict any more pain or any more harm.
For Nightline, I'm Gio Benitez in Dannemora, New York.